Have you thought about homeschooling? What are the pros and cons of homeschooling versus public schooling? Well, in this video, we'll talk about it. Hi, I'm Heather, and I'm a homeschooling mom of 2. And today, we're gonna talk about the difference between public school versus homeschool. Now, let's start off with a little disclaimer, shall we? This is in no way a bash to the public school system or public school teachers. I, for one, have some really close friends of mine who are public school teachers. And if there was a way I could just get all of them, put them all into one school, I would be so happy. But that's not real life. So let's dig into some of the differences between homeschooling and public schooling. Number 1, flexibility. I chose to be a homeschooler because it allows us to have a very flexible schedule. We can and have chosen to homeschool year-round, which means that we do 6 weeks on and 1 week off. And the reason we chose to do that is because we want to travel when people are not traveling, and we want to save money because we are able to do things when other people are in school. Now, that's not to say that you can't pull your children out of school and travel whenever you want to, but with homeschooling, you have a much more flexible schedule. Now, we've also chosen to school only 4 days a week, and that might seem weird to you if you're used to the traditional 5 days a week in public school from, say, 9 to 3. We only school in the mornings from 8 to noon on most days. Now, you're probably thinking, what? You only school for 4 hours in the day? What do you do the rest of the time? Think about it. If you're a school teacher and you have, say, 20 kids in your class, a big part of your day is classroom management and getting the kids to and from where you need them to go. When you homeschool, really 10 minutes is equivalent to 1 hour in traditional school. So you're able to pack in all the lessons that you need to get done within a short amount of time, usually 3 to 4 hours a day. Now, some days we do things in the morning and we school in the afternoon. But again, that's part of the flexibility and scheduling of homeschooling versus public schooling. Number 2, individualized education. In public school, there is a standardized way of educating children. Now, I'm not saying that this is a bad way, in no means, so please hear me on this. But what I am saying is that in homeschool, you're really able to tailor the education per each child that you're homeschooling, which is marvelous because you're able to teach to that child's skill and abilities. So let's say you have a 2nd grader that is really excelling in math and is really struggling in reading. In a homeschool setting, you're able to really tailor the education to that child by being able to go faster in the subjects that they're excelling at and to be able to slow down and take your time and really work with them through the subjects that they're struggling with. Now, in public school, teachers do really have to follow that curriculum because they do need to get all of those things taught within that school year. And so what happens with your child sometimes when they're either excelling, they'll get bored, or if they're behind, they struggle, and it really causes some tension in the learning environment. Number 3, school happens outside the 4 walls of the classroom. Now, I am not saying that public school children are not exposed to other things outside of the classroom. Hear me out. That is not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that in a homeschool setting, you're able to take your homeschool outside of the home, meaning we're able to school at the park, we're able to school at the YMCA, we're able to school in the car. We really are able to take the things that we're learning and mold them into our everyday lives. We really incorporate learning throughout the entire day. Number 4 is food. Now hold up, before you start freaking out about the food issue, just give me a second and hear me out, all right? Okay. As we know, America is not doing a great job at supplying our children with good, wholesome, organic foods. Now, I'm not saying that you cannot pack that for your child in their lunches. What I am saying is that there's a lot more food that goes around in the public school system than just what is being served at the lunch table. There is so much sugar in school. Do you know this? I'm sure you do. If I had a class of 20 kids, I would use sugar too. I get it. It's easy, it's a reward, and it works. This is one of the benefits of homeschooling. Now, I am not trying to be crazy food mom here. What I am trying to say is that when you homeschool, you're really able to see the intake that your child is having throughout the entire day. That counts from breakfast to snacks to lunch to dinner to the rewards that you decide to give to your child. Another great part of this is that your children get to be involved in the whole food process. So they get to be involved in making all of the meals, in preparing, in purchasing, sing, it really becomes an entire learning environment. Wait, another disclaimer in this message. Yes, my kids do eat sugar. Sometimes they have sugar. I try and feed my kids the best meals that I can, and that does not mean that I am 100% always organic. But I can tell you that there is a benefit to eating good, wholesome, whole foods and feeding those to your kids. Man, I would love to virtually high five all of you moms and educators out there that are inside of your school system, in your school districts, making a difference with this food issue because it is a problem. Keep going, keep pressuring them, keep telling them what you want your kids to actually have and how they can source it from local and organic farms. Be their advocates. You are doing an awesome job. Number 5 is testing. As the industrialized revolution happened and the public school system was born in our society, our founders had great and high hopes for what that was going to be. And then standardized testing happened. Who knew? Our amazing teachers in the public school system had to then change their curriculum to what we now know as Common Core and really teach to standardized testing, filling in those bubbles and really seeing how their schools are doing. Again, I do not mean this in any sarcastic way. What I really am trying to say is that with homeschooling, it's relaxed. It's nice because you're schooling your child every single day. You know where they are. You know what they're good at. You know what they need help in. You're able to get behind them and really help them dig in and learn. So there you go. There are 5 differences between homeschooling and public schooling. I hope that this video gave you some kind of clarity and value around these 2 different types of schooling options. If you're a homeschooling mom or interested in homeschooling or just want more information about homeschooling and motherhood, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. And if you want to see what our day-to-day homeschool looks like and our life in general, head over to Snapchat and let's be friends over there. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!